thank everybody for coming out tonight to celebrate the last home game of our season, as well as the last home game for our seniors. Tonight we're also doing something special, something bigger than hockey itself. Tonight our team is wearing special jerseys on request of some of our own players to honor the memory of Katie Schoenberger. Katie's beloved wife, mother, daughter, sister, and beloved friend whose kindness, energy, and love for life made the world a better place. Katie had a way of making people smile, lifting others up, and bringing joy wherever she went. While we all miss her, tonight is not about sorrow. It's about celebrating the amazing person that she was and carrying her spirit forward. So as the game begins tonight, let's cheer with the same energy and heart that Katie showed every day. Let's make some noise, let's cherish the moments, and honor the legacy the best way we know how. By this team playing hard, supporting each other, and remembering that hockey, like life, is about the people who make it special. They say you play for the name on the front of your jersey and not the name on the back. But tonight, the most important name on our jersey is the one on the back. Tonight we play for you, Katie. Let's go Saints.
for good. Here we go, the last telecast, last game of the season for your JV RoughRiders. As we're off and ready here as they take on the Dubuque Saints for the final time. As we're in the Iman Arena and home of the Dubuque Saints. Starting lineups, Hayden Sinclair, Drake Gunkel, Gage Boatman. For the forwards and for the defensemen, we had ourselves Kellen Leeskamp and Carson Schilling. And Braden Hunt will be starting in the net as the goaltender. Up ahead, the Riders skate with it. Indirect pass. A little bit of a miscommunication there as the Saints pick up the puck. Moving a pass out to the center of the ice. Up ahead with the forehand. Enters inside the zone. Looking to shoot it there. The shoulder save made. Picking it back up. Looking shot again. And missing the net this time. Riders pick it up. This is Aiden with the puck on his stick to the fenceman. With it crossing into the zone. Tried to drift forward. Takes the shot. He missed the net though. He had a good look. Out around. Saints tried to pick it up. Bouncing puck in front. Moving a pass to the outside. Saints with it. Inside the zone. Pulls back up. Takes a check there from Holt. Turns over the puck. It's given to Yeldon. Underneath. Now support there from a rider. Holt just puts it in. There's a big-time shoulder check in the middle of the blue line. Up ahead. Indirect pass off the boards. Centers it right out in front and picked up by Phillips, who flung it up ahead forward. Dubuque putting it off the boards. Up ahead. 8 with it. Firing a pass all the way deep down. That's going to be icing. As the Dubuque Saints are already solidified themselves a spot in the playoffs. Cedar Rapids just battling one last time as a team together, looking to get the victory, end the season off strong. Speaking of ending it off strong, Seiler, that was not strong right there as you fell. Speaking of strong. Seiler will be taking the face-off here for Cedar Rapids. Offensive draw for the Riders. It goes back. Face-off was won by Dubuque. Saints put it back up around the boards. Pulls back with it. Seiler gets on top of it. Throws it forward. In behind. Pulls away from a man. Saints try to move it out the boards. Almquist just interfering with his man. Making life difficult for him. Up ahead. Batted out of the air. Skating with it. Up ahead. Down below with a red line, he threw a pass way out in front to the point it goes. Slap shot in front and picked up out of the air with the glove there by Hunt. Both teams will go for a line change. .39 versus 34 on the face-off. Off the draw, given to Cedar Rapids. Aiden throws it way up, tries to get it outside of the zone. Gunkel leaves it out in front, picked up by Gage, trying to make a move there at the logo. Back around come the Saints, trying to drive in through a pass in front, knocked away by a rider. Stick out in front, redirection on top, and it goes over top of the net. Back around, pulls away, Stosky falls on top of the puck. Saints try to possess it, chipped out of the way. Sinclair tried to move it up the boards, picked up. There's a shot on goal as Aiden will move it out in front to the forward. A little bit too far. I wasn't able to corral it all the way. Popping pass out of the way. Boatman puts a stick on top of it, looking to get the pass off. There was Gunkel in front, unable to catch the puck there. It was rolling in front of the net. Back around come the Saints, floating one forward. Couldn't get to the goaltender. Up the boards, just putting it up out in front. Chipped again. Up around the boards. With it, both of them running into each other. Some friendly fire there for Dubuque as Cedar Rapids trying to get it outside of the zone. And just floating it into the open space there for the Saints. Floats it down below by the boards. Sinclair puts it up. Moves it off the boards, up the Yeldon. Can he race through to get on top of it first? He's angled off by a man, and both their helmets are stuck and they got themselves off. It's been a while since I've seen that. A year or two ago, that happened to me in the middle of a game. But unfortunately for me, we weren't able to get it unlocked. The referee had to go over and just pluck it out for us. But no harm in it. It was just a little bit of a stoppage of play. Up off the face-off, tries to get on top of the puck. Saints move it up ahead, forward. Schilling has one man right behind him going in with speed. First on the forecheck for the Saints. Puck up across, trying to get on top of him, move up to the center in front. Looking, he had a good, nice lane in front. Now taken down. His teammate picks it up. Saints drop it back down below. Up ahead, fires a pass in front. Hunt was diving at it there. Cedar Rapids able to move it out of the way. Rebound shot in front. Picked up again, a pad save. Kicked it out in front to B. Now it's underneath his stick. Tried to keep his body up against the puck. Trying to chip this one through. There was Leeskamp. Up ahead, Carson right out the B. Now Gus will take care of it. Moves it out in front to Holt, but chipped and knocked away. Back around on our own zone. We possess it and throw it all the way deep down into the Dubuque goaltender. Line change for all the Riders. Phillips first on the forecheck. Up ahead, the Saints move it outside of the zone. Taken back away, this time by Keegan. Putting a stick on top of it. Up ahead by the boards. Skating with it here, Saints. Float one up ahead. Back around, spinning through. Pulls back with the puck. Moves it towards the center of the ice. Now the Saints throw it to the point, looking to the defenseman, just threw it in there underneath his skates, and a backhanded shot at the very end of it for the save made.
We would like to thank our sponsors tonight. They include our platinum sponsors, Daddy's Cafe.
And so far in the game, Dubuque has 7 shots and goals, only 1 for Cedar Rapids. A lot of pressure here by the Saints early in this game. Not a lot of good quality chances, though, but the quantity is there. Moves it down behind the net. Stosky moves it up in front. The Gage, he turns it over. Chopped up in front. Now moves it. Tries to get it outside of the zone. Blocked out in front. Going over towards it. One-on-one up against the boards to get the puck. Sinclair sends this one deep enough towards the goaltender. He races back towards the net. Up ahead, it was almost stolen away there by Cedar Rapids. Up in the middle of the air, Sinclair falling down. He lost his stick as well. Opportunity for Dubuque. It's a 2-on-2 at the moment. Racing back in. Here's a move. Double move again. Backhands it over top of the net. Back around the Gage, who puts it up. Sent down. It hit a stick at the very end of that one. Stosky turns back away towards his right. Puts it up the Gage. Up ahead, wide open Sinclair as he threw it off. His teammate skates. In front. Feels the pressure of 2 men as the puck left in behind. Skating around off it, trying to gain some speed. He's still going. Up ahead, Leeskamp going in for the check, but he was taken down on it. Up ahead, Saints throw it towards the backside of the net. Up ahead, Phillips. Phillips in the middle of the ice, looking. Just threw it towards the net. The rebound out in front. His Siler absolutely charged over into the boards. Fell on the backside of his shoulder. As the Saints are going to pick this puck up by the boards. Going to exit outside of the zone. With it, Leeskamp's going to try to knock him off. He gets the hit, but the Saints man is still on the puck. Threw it, and there's a nice check at the end. Leeskamp able to knock him down at the bottom of the net. Stoppage of play.
Our gold sponsors, Nothing But Cakes, O'Connor and Thomas Law Firm, and our silver sponsor, Key City Metalworks. Thanks for supporting the Saints for the 24-25 season.
80 versus 39 for the face-off. Dropping the puck. Clean win there by Parker. Up ahead, the D-to-D play was completely red in front. Looking for the shot, and now the rebound out in front of the net and covered up as the puck almost passed the red line. Luckily, it was able to stay out just enough. Off the face-off, Dubuque possesses it, throws it in deep down below off a stick. Trying to pick this one up. There's Phillips. Got a check up against the boards. Moves it out in front, and there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be cross-checking on Keegan. 2-minute minor as the Saints will go on the power play near this halfway mark of the first period. Off the draw, up ahead to the defenseman who leaves it out in front for his D partner, takes the shot off a redirection off the stick into the netting. Underneath the centers, picked up from the point. Saints with it. Top of the circle looking, shooting over top of the net. Up ahead, Picky this one up. If it moves to the center of the ice, he had some room. Wasn't able to make a whole lot out of it, though. With it, moves it up ahead. One timing shot there, the redirection at the end. Missed the net. Pressure there by Gage. Up ahead, Saints pull it back, taking a shot there. Missed the net. Look at the rebound up ahead, and this will just raise up the boards. Picked up with it. Possessing the puck. Holding on, stick handles in between. Looking, here's a shot. It was sent directly to Lee's camp. Unable to clear it, though. Up ahead in the corner. Picks this puck up. Backhanded pass up to the defenseman. Down below again. Looking to the center. Looking terrible one-timer, but the rebound picked up in front in the corner. Saints with it. Still behind the net. Now up top, they take another shot, and they miss again. The puck's been inside. They zone the whole time, and it's taken away by St. Clair. Off the PK, breakaway opportunity, and rebound in front of the net was taken down as well. A little bit congested there on that opportunity, but still a chance nevertheless. Amanda's right behind St. Clair. Fortunately, really wasn't able to get much of a real good shot there. Moves it back to Stosky. Michael's just going to take it outside of the zone, just wasting time. Just drives, pulls it back away, and it's going to be iced down. Inside the Dubuque zone, right on top of him was Gunkel. Dubuque moves the pass out in front, leaves it, enters inside the blue line, chipped and thrown down as both men went down flying to the ice, looking redirection, and the shot out in front of the backhand, and leaving the zone there as the Saints knock it outside. Time. They probably can't even get the rush off in time before Keegan gets back in. Keegan's outside of the box, and he's racing towards the bench. Saints throw in on net there and gloved away. Still 0-0 in this game. 5:36 left to go in the first period. Saints have another offensive face-off. Off the draw, Carson moves it in behind the net. Manziel tries to get a body on top of it. It was chipped up ahead. Bounced up in the air for a moment. Sent in towards the defenseman. Up ahead, taken outside of the zone. Saints pick it back up. Moving for the center of the ice. Sade went in for the hit, and he missed. Down, drives, pulls back up. Backhanded pass. Too many bodies in front for his teammate to pick it up, and floated off the glass there by a Cedar Rapids defenseman. Underneath, back up. short in there. Threw it back inside the zone. Up ahead, Manziel and Leeskamp battling away with a man. Up ahead, Dubuque has it, throws it towards the net. And holding on there was Hunt as he had to come out left side of the net there to get on top of that one.
This year, Days in Dubuque, Peacock and Sons Construction, Millennium Bar and Grill, Nolan Weber Insurance, The Doghouse, Home Supply Company, and Westfall and Company.
Face off won by the Saints. Up ahead from the point, redirected at the very end. Chopped it over top of the net. Racing over to catch the puck through before the blue line. Up ahead, backhanded pass, and now it's caught. Back around with it to the defenseman again, looking. Redirection in front, the rebound again, knocked in front of Hunt. Dangerous opportunity there. Face-off was won by Seiler. It's thrown up to Phillips, who has the weight, and now it's taken away from him. Wide open man, back door! Immediate shot, but an even better save, though, by Hunt. Beautiful lateral mobility there as the goaltender squeezing, beating him on the left side to win the race. Big time save there by Hunt. That was perfect timing there by the goaltender as he robbed them there on that opportunity. Moving it up to the point, bounces through to the defenseman. That's going to go outside of the zone. Man right on top of him. Pulls back away. Both of them fall on top of each other. Wide open man in the center of the ice. Dropping it. Now he wants to get the pass off. Up the other way. Shot in front. Rebound. And he puts it away. 1-0 Dubuque. Off the rebound, a good rush opportunity, and they cap it off. As they beat us inside the zone with speed. Just threw it out in front of Hunt. Not a lot he could have done. And the rebound came out way too far in front of the net. And overall, a pretty easy goal there for the goal scorer. As the Saints come back inside the zone again. Low shot, patted and knocked away. Up ahead, the Saints moves it down below. Up ahead, Sinclair. Now Michael falls over. And Sinclair at the backside of the net lost his balance. Stosky down on a knee. Was battling for the puck. It goes up to the point. Moves it the other way. Up ahead and thrown in forward into the glove as it's snared away.
Dubuque goal scored by number 36, Brody Cephas. Assisted by Michael Cole, number 4, and number 10, Owen Trust.
Off the face-off, taken away by a rider. It's skated outside of the zone. Saints back around. Throws it contested, a stick in the way. Knocked away as it goes to Leeskamp. He throws it up the middle there, outside of the zone. In deep, back around. Saints pick up the puck in the corner. Kept in, though, by Leeskamp as he came for the pinch out in front. Almost picked up, though, by Cedar Rapids. Riders, there's a check out in front. Tried to move him out of the way. Leeskamp head up on the play, sends it up in front off a Kunkel's stick. Picks it up, firing and falling down, takes it away. Gunkel looking, shooting over top of the net. Left side was open, unable to hit it though. Aiden fanning on the pass, tries to recover back on top of it. Nolan up ahead, just throws it and gives it away. Saints up ahead looking, pass in the middle of the ice, taken away. Cedar Rapids, that's Kahui, trying to drive, dangles through, thrown up the boards, picks it back up, and it's sent up the middle. Saints are able to pick it up. He's speeding in through. This could be a breakaway opportunity. If he hurries, shot knocked away. As Sailor able to pick it up, bounces through off a Saints player. Back around, shipped up ahead, forward in the middle of the ice, Almquist. First man on top of it, thrown up against the boards near to the Dubuque bench. Sent in and back, up ahead, picked up. Seiler back around, just throws it in deep, behind the net. Back around, holds it. Looking up ahead with the puck, sends it down. Skating with it, drops it off. The Saints go in, up ahead. That's 12 driving with it. Holds on to it with his forehanded backhand. Looking, pass up to the point. 2, looking. That was blocked to hit the skates there of Phillips. Up ahead, the defenseman picks it up for Dubuque. Knocked off the puck. Leeskamp throws it down the other side. Schilling couldn't find it. Up now, falling over, setting it up in the middle of the ice. Unable to leave the zone. Up ahead. Picked up. Leeskamp throws it in around Schilling. You can tell these riders are tired. Lost it. Moves it down behind the net. Up ahead. Checked up against the boards. That's going to be Gus. Now it's thrown out. Deep behind the net. Picking it up. Looking forward. Up ahead. Enters inside the zone. The pinch didn't work. Moving the puck back and taken away by the Saints. Dangles, fires a shot in front. The rebound. Knocked again. Back to the Saints. Throws it back in front. Rebound. Diving up ahead. Here's the last second shot. And kept inside the zone. Throwing it deep down. Hunt gets a hold of the stick. Holding it. Lucky just tries to get it outside of the zone. With desperation here as the Saints pick it up. D to D. Looking up ahead. Throws in the middle of the ice. No forwards getting on top of it. Now picked up in front. Aiden moves it up to the center of the ice. Claire heaves it in. Up by the goaltender. Chips it out away. Jeez. Up ahead. That killed everybody's eardrums in the arena. As some sort of horn went off. As that will end the first period. As the Saints with 23 shots on goals. Overall, pretty dominant period as we only have 3. It's 1-0 though.
Pretty good save percentage there.
Dad, they want the audio up more. Yeah. As much as Dubuque was able to possess the puck the entire period, Cedar Rapids didn't give a lot to give there. Period just about to start. Cedar Rapids, we gotta start off with some fire here to start off this period. At least shift somewhat momentumly here. As they're about to get it underway, up ahead, Boltman tries to steal it. With it driving out in front, the shot, quick one, knocked out away with the glove. Offensive draw for Cedar Rapids. Face on one back towards the boards. Quick shot in front. Hit the glove there. The goaltender was knocked away. This time it goes flying way outside of the zone. Won't be enough for Icy. Picking it up off the skate. Bounce over towards the net. Picked up over by the blue line. Thrown deep back around. Picks it off of his backhand. Goes past the man in front. Throws it back around to the weak side. Picks it up to the defenseman. Got ran over by a body in front of the puck. Barely gets outside of the zone. Back around the Saints. Possess it. Chips it up away. Back over to Lee's camp. Knocked out of his hands. A wide open man up in front of the net. Unable to pull a trigger, though, for the pass or the shot. Was his Dubuque teammate in front. Here's a shot, though. Knocked away there. Snagged there by Hunt. Face off one back down below. Saints behind the net looking here. Now he's going to pass it up ahead. His teammate picks it up. Moves it to the point. Down below. Tape to tape they go with it. Tried to get the pass off again. Snagged out in front. Picks it up. Centering feet in front. The B. Tries to get on top of it. Tries to chip it up ahead. Feels a man on top of him. Saints with it. In their own zone. Gus tries to angle. Up ahead, the puck is moved to the other side of the ice. Up through the blue line with it. Up ahead, going past the defenseman. Threw it off a skate of somebody in front there on the net. Picked up, Holt just didn't even look. He just sent it up ahead. Picked up by the Saints. Trying to drive into the zone. With it behind the net. Chipped up ahead by the corner. Up far. Up towards the blue line for the center of the ice. Threw it in front. Bunch of traffic there. Knocked away. Tries to get on top. One knee there. Michael on top of his man in pursuit. Up ahead. Holt goes in there for the support man taken down. Dropping his glove there at the end was Aiden. And now Gus. Weird bounce off the boards. There's a big time check there. Holt came up ahead to take down his man. Bounces off a skate in front. B trying to get it in deep. He just flings it up ahead. He's tired. Saints with it. Moves it up ahead. Picks it up. Then he got angled up there by Holt. And there's a little check at the end there. Back around by the boards. Stasky takes a check down below looking towards the net. It missed. Back around by the boards. Tries to take control of it. Back at the quarter. Falling down. And getting smushed in here in the corner. Here's a shot all the way over to the net. Picked up there by Braden. Oh. Offensive face-off for Dubuque. Off the draw. One back over to Lee's camp. Was taken away from him pretty quickly. Redirection, chopping up ahead underneath of him, and it rolls into the back of the net. As the Saints able to score 2 goals here in this hockey game. Starting to build up a bit of a lead right now. As unfortunately we are unable to win the battle in front of the net. As it was a relatively pretty slow shot for the most part. Unable to get any control or get any good body position there. And as a result there, the deflection in front too much there for Hunt. As it rolled in past the line just enough. Face off underneath, back to Kellen. Moves it out of front to Carson. Indirect pass in front. Cedar Rapids trying to set something up. Tries to put it, moves it up ahead. Saints pick it up. Pulls back away with the puck. Now moves to the other side. Sinclair tries to get on top of it. Moved up ahead. Takes Boatman off the puck. Up ice he looks. Sets one up ahead. His teammate couldn't find it. Schilling with the shoulder check. Needing some support down below. Kellen in behind the net. Taken away. Looking, swerving up ahead. Here's the shot. Picked up and they call whistle. As we turned it over again, this time it was right up by the side of the net. Like right in front. Face off won by the Dubuque. Back to the point, whiffing on that one, and decides to put it in deep instead. In behind the net. Aiden floating one up ahead. Could not get to the tape. Stick toe there of Nolan. It's chopped up ahead. Aiden tries to get a stick on top of this puck. Up ahead. Backhanded pass up ahead. Back out to the Dubuque defenseman who throws it in deep. In behind the net, Stosky floats one up ahead. Chip back in deep. Seiler takes it back for Cedar Rapids. Pulls back away by the boards. Open man, he finds him. Stosky just throws it up in front. Hit the stick there, Nolan. Up ahead, it goes in deep. Pass, quick one up ahead. Phillips just throws it in front. Rebound is there. Seiler was right on top of the goaltender. Unable to put that one away. Good timing. Good positioning there by Cedar Rapids. Underneath the face-off, picking it up, throws it in behind. Up ahead, Saints. With it, driving past their defenseman. This is a 2-on-1 right now. Looking, holding on, getting the pass off, looking at a shot in front, rebound in front, back up to the point. Kept in, though. Looking to shoot again towards the net. A little bit of a save there out in front. Not a whole lot, as it was chipped up away from the net. Throws it back deep, down below. Sinclair able to read it. Throws it in, up, across the boards. Saints pick it up, moves it D to D. Holds it, lots of time and space. Throws it way up the middle, finds his man. Pulls back away. Backhanded pass down below. Dubuque throws it over by the side of Hunt as he holds it. Hugging onto the post there. And we're not even halfway through this hockey game, and the Dubuque Saints have 31 shots on goals. This is absolutely insane. Jeez. If they keep it up at this rate, they're going to have over 60 shots on goals by the end of the game. Here's another pass down below. Hayden puts it up ahead. Drake moves it up ahead to Seiler. Kahui with it, driving out to the left side. Taken away by him, down to the bottom of the ice. Driving, looking for the shot, knocked away by a block, and we decided to give it back to the Saints instead of skating it out. Bounced off his teammate. Saints inside the zone. One man is in now. He's got support from the back. Taken away, though. Somebody's stick is flying. That's Michaels all the way deep down behind in the corner. Oh, no. We can't let him pass it out in front. There we go. That's better positioning. Here we go. Throws a shot. Hit the side of the glass. Saints leave it out in front. Chips it up ahead. Aiden picks it up. Gets it out to his teammate. Threw it off of his body. Now Gage trying to enter inside the zone. Floating it out in front. Moves it up ahead. Chipped out. Knocked away. Boatman. Backhanded pass up to Stosky. Looking for the redirection in front. Rebound. Kunkel. Somebody fell over underneath a Seiler. And now just leaving it out behind the net. Stasky was all in deep trying to get on top of the puck, so he was out of position there by the blue line. Throws it up ahead. Right out to Keegan, who just came off the bench. He's onside. Up ahead. Look, Shea made there with the kick of the save of the skate there. Back around, Sinclair throws it over towards the net. Knocked away there by the glove. Face off, one back towards the boards. Nolan unable to get the shot off. Man fell over underneath. The Saints have it. It's one-on-one right now. Schilling calling for some support. Here's the shot there, missing the net. Back around, Saints tries to get on top of it. Sinclair had his stick knocked out of the way. There's a save. Chop knocked away. Out in front, man fell over behind. Nolan tried to chip it out to his teammate. That didn't work. Up in front of the net. Opportunity there for the Saints. Throws it off the body there, the goaltender. Up ahead to the point. Threw it back in there. Hit a forward in front. Back around the other side of the ice. Nolan moves it up ahead. It's going to go up to the defenseman. Here's a quick shot in front. The rebound. Nobody there for either team up until now. Riders almost got on top of that one. It's thrown back deep in their own zone. Up ahead, Schilling moves it up across. That's going to be Sinclair. Hayden knocked ahead, falling down. He was just skating over on his butt. He was just cruising through. Here come the Saints again. Inside the zone. Backhanded shot there, and he misses it. He's picking up the rebound, though. Up ahead, the defenseman shots it down below. Sinclair threw it up in front, tried to get it to Nolan. This might work out. Gus racing in, trying to get on top of it. Unable to beat his man on top of it, though. Saints back around with it. In front, just puts it in towards Hunt. Bounced in there. It was a little dangerous. I mean, can't pick it up in front. Down on a knee. Up ahead, winding up a shot. That was powerful as it goes down the other side of the ice. And now there's going to be a whistle finally. And Michael, did he fall behind the net? That's going to be a penalty. Well, it should even out, so it's going to be 5-on-5, I think. Puck one back around the boards. Down below, threw it in front. Picked up by the Saints. The defenseman barely keeps it in. Through the forward. Up ahead, trying to drive with the puck. It goes in behind. Below the red line, back up to the point. Throws it back down below. Fanned on the shot or pass opportunity there. Sent back down the other way. Up ahead, back around. Tries to chip it up ahead. It's knocked outside. Back around, skating with it. Turning. Enters inside the zone. Driving over to the right. With it, threw it towards Hunt. The rebound out in front. And having the sprawl right on top of it. Picked up by Sinclair. Throw it over back on the other side of her net. That was a weird bounce. off the draw. Picks it up, throws it to the point. Here's a shot in front. A little bit of contact there by the goaltender. Up ahead, holds onto it, does not drop it off, sends it down below. Up ahead, floated up in the middle of the air, racing on top of it, back around, falling over, back on top of Holt, tries to get a stick back. They're tugging away. Now he checks him at the end, right in front of the referee. Parker, you got to be a bit smarter than that. He's arguing his case, but there's nothing he can do. He says he got stuck. And as a result, here the Saints have a big opportunity to really open up this hockey game. Off the face-off, picking this one up, throws it down below, picks it up, waiting, holds onto it to the point. He picks it up, throws it down top of the face-off circle, looking on the way, backed out the other way. Here's a shot, couldn't get it all the way though, and it exits outside of the zone. Saints up ahead, long pass in front, just before the blue line, crossing through over to the left in the middle, back save made again. Shot opportunity, back up to the point, kept in, down below the other way. Tries to control the puck. He's trying to get a stick on top of it. Picks it up again, now up the middle, down below, on the middle of the face-off circle, pulls the shot away. Was knocked away, holding it, moves it up the other side of the ice. Looking, here's a one, long shot out in front. It's going to leave the zone. Gunkel goes in for the forecheck. Up ahead. Back around the net. Leaves it in front. Saints with the puck. Two riders on top of him. Still holding on to it. Moves the pass on the front. Knocked out of his stick. Back around as Stowski's going to knock it all the way deep down. Behind the net. Saints just waiting for everything to set up for this power play, picking it up in the middle of the ice through the blue line, pulls back away, falling over to get the pass off, moves at the other side of the ice, throws it deep down below, bottom right side over top of the pad, right where the glove was though. Underneath the draw, throws an immediate shot there. That was the centerman there off the face-off. Held up against the boards. Up ahead now, going down the pinch for the shot in front. Knocked away, be able to get on top of it first. And a deflection out in front. Holt's going to come outside of the box. As both teams are going to be at full strength here for this last couple of minutes in the second period. For the blue line. Up ahead, Saints with it, holds on to the puck, throws it up ahead to the point. Now he throws it in front. Rebound picked up, save made. Carson threw it off the rival's skates. Now he moves to an open Holt, floating one up ahead off of Gus's stick. He's going to come off. Picking this one up ahead, he throws it, chips it up ahead. Now it's picked up by the Saints. Up ahead, looking, floating a pop-up in the middle of the air. Takes the shoulder, back around, Schilling whiffed on that puck. Thrown over, Almquist back inside the zone to pick it up. Thrown up the Holt, throws it up ahead, picking this one up. Saints looking the other way, throws it up to Parker. Parker back with it, threw it off a stick, and it bounces out the glass, back out in front to Cedar Rapids. He lost it though as it goes back inside the zone again. Floating it through, tries to get it outside of the zone. Pressed up against the wall there. Up ahead, Saints trying to control it. On his backhand, he makes a move. Up ahead to the point. A lot of bodies in front. Now he pulls it away. It hit the glove on the side as Hunt has to completely leave the net there. As he was able to corral it there. Way behind. Face off one back for the Saints. Threw it in. It was immediately blocked there by Drake. Back out the other way to Saints. Chip it up ahead. Tried to get it in deeper. Floats it out the middle of the ice. Aiden able to get it on top of the recovery there. With it centering past up the other way. Picked up by Gunkel. Goes in up in the front. Way behind Gage. And we're offside. Having to leave the zone and go back in. Up ahead, putting a stick in the way. Saints back around with the puck. Leaves it in front. Back around the boards. Moves it past the man. Up ahead. Underneath. Both men are on top of the puck. And it's just kind of a stalemate there. Back around, the Saints pick it up. Chips it up way outside of the zone. Aiden with it. Backhands it up ahead. Right out in front to the Saints. Throws it in the way. Manziel absolutely taken down. Here comes Gunkel. He's got wide open man. Redirection. They score. Aiden Sinclair with the goal. With 10.2 seconds left to go in the period. A much needed one for Cedar Rapids. And the visitors are able to cut the lead in half. You can kind of see it coming up ahead in the neutral zone. As we were able to take the puck away. And a good drive there to the net. That's exactly what you got to do to score goals. Cedar Rapids there. Able to get some momentum on their side here. As the Riders are going to be able to end the period off. Only down one. As both teams will go into the locker rooms. It's a one-shot game. Don't go away for too long. Final intermission for the JV season right here.
We'd like to thank our sponsors here. Platinum sponsors Gotti Cafe, Electrical Industrial Automation, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping Dubuque, Southwest Health. Our gold sponsors, Nothing But Cakes, O'Connor and Thomas Law Firm. Our silver sponsors, Key City Metalworks. Our bronze sponsors, Days in Dubuque, Peacock and Sons Constructions, Millennium Bar and Grill, Nolan Weber Insurance, The Doghouse, Home Supply, Westfall & Co. We'd also like to take a moment to thank Kim Sheehy with Past Designs for her hard work and Babalu's Coffee for their generous contributions. Thank you fans for supporting all these businesses this season as well.
We're good. We're good. All right, sounds good to me because we are ready for this final period. As long as there's no overtime for this JV season, as the Riders trail 2-1 here in this game against the Dubuque Saints. Here we go, starting it up as the Saints speedingly going deep inside the zone, chips it up behind the boards, and he just roofs it up ahead on the backside of the net. Over to the left of us, you can see the Dubuque Saints mascot here as he is quite literally a Saint. Here's a quick shot out in front, pulled back away as he threw it. A partial breakaway there inside the zone for the Saints. And then something I just realized right now is the size of the players on the teams. As you can take a look at our Cedar Rapids bench now, not even close to the amount of the amount that the Dubuque has, because the whole bench over there is completely just all bunch of people. And when you have more players on your teams, it really makes a big difference here, especially for this third period in these types of close games. Holy cow, what a big time check. Parker already has a target on his back from his antics against the Saints throughout this whole season, and he got that one coming up to him, but he was able to get the penalty on top of him. So something you got to be proud of right there, as the Riders will be going on the power play very early here in this third period. Oh, take a look at this too. Look at this. I know. So now the referee is going over to the Dubuque bench for the coaches to get everything in check, I guess you could say. Power play unit Sinclair, Boatman, and we're going to have Gunkel for the forwards and Schilling and Leeskamp for the defensemen. Here's a opportunity, tried to skate on top of it. So, Dom, what are some good keys in this power play that you want to see from our team right now?
You just got to get it set up. Got to get in the zone, and after that, it's just barbecue chicken from there.
I absolutely agree. We're going to need some grit here on this. Oh, at least camp. You know that's icing. Come on, my dude. Yeah, exactly what Craig said. Cross the line. I mean, nobody was on top of him. I don't know why he shot it so early. But so within 20 seconds into the power play, we already have an icing against us. Off the draw, picked up by Gage. Here we go. 3-on-2 if we can hurry, but that's not going to happen as the players were able to trail back on top of us. Saints with it behind the net. Takes a check at the very end as well. Saints with it. Just zip it deep down inside the zone. Almost hit our goaltender there. Taken away with it behind the net. Wraparound chance knocked away. Back out in front to the centerman Sinclair. He tries to float one out in front. Gage knocked off the puck as it goes in deep inside our own zone. With it, just leaves it in front of the net. Leeskamp up ahead, skating. This time he does cross the red line. Going in deep, line change for 4 Riders. Manziel up ahead is the lone forechecker at the moment. Puck up ahead, just leaves it for Aiden. Michael looks over at the scoreboard. Leaves it for Holt. Up the middle he goes. With it, takes a check over by the blue line. And just tries to send it in. Probably should have passed it out to one of his teammates there, but the blue line out to the side. But what could you do? Saints of all four players of a line change. Aiden up ahead. Chips it through. Tried to get it to B. He's going to have to race in on top of that puck. From the point, barely kept in. Almost hit the referee as well, as it just barely grazed him. Up ahead, Saints are going to float it out again. Time for maybe one more rush for Cedar Rapids if we can hurry. But with the way this power play has been, this will probably do it. Here's a breakaway, bad turnover, backhander, and he misses. Big time save there, as it looks like it hit the very end of the stick of Hunt. Probably saved the goal right there. Almquist back around. Throws it. That was another contested pass that was taken away. Up ahead, through the line. Inside the zone. Trails back on top of the puck. Bounces up ahead. Almquist trying to skate it out. Chipped up ahead. Almost knocking the referee over to the Cedar Rapids bench. Saints with it. And that's going to be offsides in front. 44 shots on goals for Dubuque, 11 for Cedar Rapids. as the faceoff will be bottom left of the Dubuque logo inside the neutral zone. Dom, what do you have to say about the shots and goals tallies right now? It's 44-11.
We just got to get some more, pepper some shots on this goalie. Save percentage obviously is looking great right now. Get some more shots and get some traffic going.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree there with the traffic. That has been a big-time offensive key we've been missing this whole season, just getting people in front of the net. Very simple concept and idea, but pretty hard to execute, though, as we can see. So we're going to see what we can do with this. So offensive draw for Cedar Rapids, putting back this top line and top unit for the defenseman as well on the ice. Off the face-off, defenseman picks it up, tries to throw it outside. A weird bounce out in front. Leeskamp puts it up ahead. Now he receives it again, up ahead to Sinclair. Knocked off of a stick over by the Dubuque bench in front. Schilling, man racing on top of him. Backhands it down by the boards. Kellen pulls back. Oh, he intercepted it again. Here's a shot there. Rebound on the front and racing in towards the backside of the net just to pick it up. He could have threw it out, but he just wants to take the face off instead. Still a lot of time in this hockey game for Cedar Rapids to do some damage. But just, I would say, a little bit more leaning towards Dubuque here in this third period. Falling over each other were the teammates of Manziel and Kahui. Back around with it, moves it up to the point, throw it in behind, left side of the net. He missed it. Here's the rebound, bounces off a defenseman in front of the net, chipped off of his stick in front, and now he tries to get it to B, chipping it through on the way. Hit a man, it bounces back to himself. Now he gets it to Gus, chipped up against the wall, and it goes back in for Cedar Rapids to recover. Skating with it, knocked away underneath of him. Man checked down behind, picking it up. The Saints tried to dangle through. Didn't work, though. Both teams battling for possession. Stasky up ahead, picks it up with his backhand and takes a check into the boards. Up out the other way. Timon's face for Dubuque inside the Cedar Rapids end. Moves it up ahead to the point. Looks for a shot in front, straight on top of the goaltender. Big-time rebound. Picked up. Seiler right on top of his man, unable to get the pass off. Now back to the point again. Looks like he hit his own teammate. He just shot him. You could feel the pain there as he was squinting a little bit after he was shot. Up ahead, looking. Here's a shot, knocked away the rebound as Hunt was able to get on top of the puck first. And then there at the very end, Seiler shrugging his shoulder with his hands, wanting to get a penalty there as he was checked right behind the whistle, after the whistle. No call, though. Free versus 80. One back to the point. Tried to get the quick shot out in front, and we'll go for take two. Same face-off, same players on the ice. Off the draw, tries to take control of it, pups up in the middle of the air. Holt now has it, skating with it through. Tries to leave it out for Phillips, but it was just way too far behind him. Up in front, both teams trying to skate on top of it. Holt able to get on top of it first. Now he moves it up ahead, back in front of the Dubuque defense. And knocking his stick out of his hands there was Phillips as he came driving into his man. Nolan with a stick check, knocks him off the puck. Schilling back around, finds an open man. Nolan head up and taken away from him. Chipping it off the wall a little bit, not there. As Stosky picks it up, throws it in front. Nolan with the puck on his stick again, just throws it in deep. Hit off the backside of the boards. Out in front, thrown forward towards the net. Back around, skating with it. In front, just throws it in front. Too deep, that's going to be icing. No, they don't. Everywhere he goes, the opposite team, they just hate him. Yeah, it's kind of inevitable. So, and I bet you Parker, he enjoys that fact. So he knows. He knows. Off the draw, Sinclair lost it. It goes in behind the board. Stosky able to keep it. He threw it in front. Bounces through a little bit too far behind for Gunkel to really do anything with it. Gage keeps it in. Oh, he couldn't keep it on his stick there. Unable to get the control there. Up ahead. Off the backside of the net. Good pressure, though, by Cedar Rapids. Almost forced the turnover. It leaves the zone, and that's going to be offside as it went immediately past the blue line. Cedar Rapids starting to get some possession here going. We're going to need more shot opportunities, though. Good opportunity to start it off. Telling the wingers to go back off the face-off. That's Seiler with it. Knocked off his stick for a moment. Tried to throw it in on net. It hit a body in front. Up ahead in the corner. Chipped up ahead. Looking. Throw it towards the net. It goes in beside. Schilling takes a check at the end of that one, and it leaves the zone. Leeskamp has a man racing on top of him. Forehand pass, and he missed them. Luckily, it goes to Seiler as he moves it back down for the defenseman to go to work. D to D they go. Moves it back the other way. Over towards Leeskamp. Looks up ahead. Passes through the red line. Line change for two riders. Two in to replace him, and the Saints up ahead. Didn't even look. Chipped up ahead. Bouncing puck up ahead. And now the Saints trying to skate through the middle. Tried to make a move. It doesn't work, though. Kahui just dumps it in towards the Dubuque goaltender. Leaves it out in front. Halfway through this third period. Still the same score as we started the period. 2-1. Back around. Sends it in deep. Looks over his head. Just a little bit too far. Trying to drive in with speed. Still holding on to it. Up in front. Almquist trying to use the boards to get it outside of the zone. Now we have ourselves a whistle. Sinclair will be taking the draw. He wins it back on in front to Aiden. Aiden puts it way up ahead to the middle. The centerman trying to drive. Oh my gosh! That was a big time heavy hit there on Sinclair. He hit him up high too. Right as he entered inside the zone, he's going to go off. And there's another check out in front. Now Sinclair has the puck. He just sends it up ahead. He's going to catch a breather here. Whew. You can hear the hit from all the way from up here. My goodness. Up ahead, back around the net. With it. Up ahead, Dubuque tries to move it outside of the zone. Aiden couldn't pick it up, though. Almost taken away and stolen. Stasky up ahead. Through the stick in front. Gage. Met up by a man. Holt gives him the extra shove. Saints going through past the blue line. Throws it towards the corner. Tries to pick it up out of the air. Here comes Boatman up in front trying to drive with the puck. Gunkel's going to go off. It's just him entering inside the zone for Cedar Rapids. Flips it down the other way. Saints throw a pass up across. Past the bench. Here he comes driving through. Quick shot there over top of the net. Wasn't able to keep it in, I know. Long way deep down. And having the reset here, Phillips trying to get on top of it for the forecheck. Man fell over. Back around the net they go. Almquist not able to get there in time as the Saints skating through in the neutral zone. As they're onside now, up ahead. Lone man in the corner. Skates past two riders. Holds on to it. Nobody on top of him. Back to the point down below. Skating through the middle. Now there's some pressure here as off a body as the puck goes up ahead by the winger. Leaves it down below by the face-off circle, top of it. Now driving down below in the shot. Save made, though, by Hunt. Nobody there for the rebound. Back around. Seiler moved off the puck. There's a line change, a late one there for a Saints defenseman as the puck is thrown down the other way by the net. Off the stick and blocker of Hunt. Cedar Rapids needs to get it outside of the zone. Up over by the blue line. Picks it up. Saints with it. Driving up ahead. Feels a man on top of him. Barely gets it off. And he got a good shot opportunity. Stopped again, though, by Braden, as that is his 48th save of the night. And just as I say that, Dubuque is able to score. Jeez. You hate to see that right there, as that one, out of all the saves Braden has made today, that one you would like back. As unfortunately, the possession was too much for Cedar Rapids, just unable to clear it, and left a wide open man. He just shot it. So, Dom, what do you think of these new Dubuque uniforms with the pinks and the black and the white stripes? What do you think of them?
The jerseys?
Yeah.
I think they're all right. They're pretty cool. It's for a good cause. Obviously, it's pretty sad what happened, but, you know.
Goal at 4:31 for Dubuque.
I agree.
Alex Hinkle, assisted by Michael Polston.
Here's a big-time heavy check, and Holt is going to go to the box.
At 7:04.
Yeah, that is... Yeah. Oh. You can see the frustration there. Second penalty of the game, and Holt. For today?
Yeah.
Only second. And it's going to be 2 and a 10. You called it, Dom. They're going over, and DT discussing with them right now. No, no 2 and a 10. I guess we'll take it. Yeah. Absolutely. Back up to the point. Saints move it the other way, and the face-off circle rebound underneath. He can't control it, and now he finally does as he's over on his backside, able to hold on top of it. I know. We do. Yes. Up across, right to Gunkel, and he leaves the zone. So, Dom, what are some big keys here for this penalty kill for success so we can really have a great opportunity to come back in this third period?
Block shots and 200 feet. That's what.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And we've been doing a heck of a lot better job, and just as I see that again, they score again. Right as I try to compliment this team, they give me a reason not to do so. Yep. I was just about to say we are doing a lot better job of blocking shots, and we are unable to block that one. Well, 3:49 left to go. Cedar Rapids back to full strength. Drop of the puck. Gunkel on top of it. Immediately batted off of his stick. Out in front, 29. In black and pink for the Saints. Try to chip it ahead. Gunkel cannot control the puck. Now it comes to 40 in black, driving with it. Tried to drop it off. It's going to go to his defenseman teammate instead. Leaves it in behind the net. Saints with the puck in front. Ran into his own teammate. And now we have a whistle penalty. He's pointing at somebody. I think it's on Dubuque, yeah? Shrugging his shoulders. Nah. No, he doesn't like it at all. Gonna catch his name and number here, as these jerseys really make it hard to read these names. So Schoshenberg, K. Schoshenberg, number 20 for Dubuque, will be in for the 2-minute minor. And I would not be surprised if we pulled Hunt now. No. The only thing I would be worried about is they would just be able to, just dump it down and ice it. Stosky picks it up. Up ahead, moves it to Aiden, down below, and taken away and sent down inside the zone. Stosky Picks it up, man right on top of him. He's going to have to move it. Picks back up, bounces through the other side of the ice. Seiler up ahead. Power play trying to reset it back up. Fanning on the pass, looking to recover. Nice pass out in front and just puts it in towards the goaltender. Now, last second, he changes his mind and just decides to hold it in. Yes. Every one of those shots and goals counts. And we're going to need quite the fury here if we're going to have a shot. Drop of the puck back over in the corner. Saints throw way outside of the zone. And now we have ourselves a foot race. He's going in with speed on top of Schilling. Able to nicely backhand it just enough to Kellen. That was not nice, though. Pass picked up and thrown over to Braden as he just goes out in front. He says, I have enough. I'm going to pick up the puck and hold it and stop it myself. I know. I know. They're all standing in the back, too. Always a good atmosphere when you come to Dubuque, especially here in this rivalry game against us. You love to see it. Back around, knocked it out of the way. Halfway through this power play, really, we have not done anything so far. Gus with it, backhands it over towards the goaltender who just scoops it up. I mean, that's really been the closest thing we've had to a real good opportunity in this power play, unfortunately. Off the draw, and he just flings it outside of the zone again. Stasky trying to go on top of it with speed. Hunt just leaves it, picks it up on his forehand. Up ahead. He needs some support, guys. There we go. Now he goes, moves it up ahead to Gunkel. Gunkel through the blue line. With it, he's got a man going towards the net. Not a complete drive, though, as it's sent outside of the zone again. Hunt going way outside of the net to play it. Leaves it for Michael. Stasky in behind the net. Throws it off the boards, and the Saints are going to possess it right now. For the final seconds of this power play, another dump. Now he finds it. Sinclair puts it up ahead. Gunkel with it inside the zone. 1 second. 5-on-5 is back in front. Threw it off a skate. Throws it up ahead. Tries to keep it in. Threw it towards the net. Rebound in front. Puts it up in front. Good opportunity. Unable to put that one away, though. I know. Good stick position there. Final minute of the JV season right here, right now. Back around, Gage controls it with the puck. Tried to make a move. It goes to Drake. He's going to take a check at the end of that one. Boatman, bad angle, just threw it up across. I mean, you would like some support there on the other side, but just didn't get it there for the pass. Back around in the corner. Finishing the check there. That should be icing with 30.4 seconds left to go. So, Dom, as you were a player for both JV and Varsity, what are your thoughts here on this season as a whole with this team?
They've had a lot of improvement. From the beginning of the year, the scoreboard might not say that, but like you've seen in every player, they've gotten a lot better, bought into the culture. It's just been a lot better overall by the end of the year.
That's good stuff. It's going to be really important to bring that on the next year, too, to really elevate this team and the way we play and just the culture, too. It's a really big factor, big part of our game, and just this club really makes a difference on and off the ice. Face off the draw underneath. Kahui's going to pick it up, tries to skate around the defenseman, unable to get that one to work. Back around. Man fell over, skating through the middle of the ice with it, looking for one last shot. Deflected away, up across the boards. Stasky with a check at the end. And that's going to do it. The season ends as we lose 4-1 to the Dubuque Saints. 54 shots and goals for Dubuque, and we have 14. That will do it. Next up will be the game we've all been waiting for. The varsity matchup will be next. Yes. Very important. Yep. You know what? This is a good opportunity. I need to go over and check the score for the Mason City.
4-1, Capitals win.
Oh, sweet. That's really going to help us out a lot. So, is it in the third period?
It's over.
Oh, it's over? Good. It's a do or die game coming up for the Varsity Riders. If we get the win, we are in the playoffs for the 10th spot as the 10 seed. If we lose, we open up the door for the Mohawks to have an opportunity to steal our spot. As up and down as their season has been, it all comes down to one game. You think they're going to do the ceremony right now?
For what?
Senior night.
Oh, no, they've already had theirs.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. I think
Seriously?
I think they had it against Dozy.
Oh. Okay.
But it might be. I
I don't know. Well, I mean, they are huddled up around here by the bench, so who knows?
don't know.
Yeah.